Last time on Book of Spring.
The party freed Crispin the donkey from the vines of a tyrant rose by hacking it to death and setting it on fire. They stopped at a wayfarer station that held some interesting items, and on the next leg of their journey, they met Gerald the Crow and paid for and got a solid weather prediction. Nothing shady. On top of that, he pointed out a nice clearing for them to stay. Stormbrook is just on the horizon. So you guys camped on this nice clearing that looked down on Stormbrook. You guys had camped, and so you're ready to do your condition rolls for the day, which is
Strength and Spirit.
Strength and Spirit. Also, it is a beautiful, clear morning.
Luckily, I have a song for that.
You do?
Yeah, I have a sunny day song.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Was it Sunny Day Walk or like?
I don't know, man.
I'll have to look.
I just wrote down the condition. I couldn't remember the dumb names I put.
Yeah.
Okay, a D4 and a D8. Let's do it. Oh, that actually is terrible. I take it back.
What'd you roll?
4.
For your condition? Wow.
I rolled a 5. I'm still feeling pretty bad.
10.
Holy
Nice.
crap. The way that we've been doing is if it's 10 higher, you get a +1 to one of your stats.
Plus D.
Plus D, yeah. Excuse me.
Ooh.
A die size increases. What'd you get, Arthur?
I got a 5.
All right, you're fine.
I've been so used to having my stats increased. It's like how
all that tree moving and all that exerting yourself through the brambles and
it's like
casting magic, right?
the one day we're actually getting ready to like go into town and not have to worry about this whole camping thing. It's a nice day. Babu's nose starts running. Just like,
Oh no!
not the pollen.
So we were at the Wayfarer station.
No, you had left the Wayfarer station and had crested a hill because
We camped there.
Gerald had said there's a really nice clearing up there.
Okay.
And so it was like sheltered by trees and you could see down the hill out. What I had described was basically like you can see off the distance what looks like a small river, and then as it comes closer towards where you guys are, there's this large river running through this town.
Okay.
And you can see it. And so you're still about a day's travel away.
So for my condition, I was in the middle of the night and we were underneath that was it like trees around us, something like that, and a branch just like fell and hit my head and woke me up in the middle of the night, so I didn't get sleep.
Wow. Ouch.
Do you have like the comical like cone lump sticking out of your head?
Yeah, big old lump with the hair on it.
Travel check, which is done by everybody. Basically, it's technically your strength and dex.
Oh.
And you're basically determining how hard it is for you to walk there.
I got a 9.
Nice. You're to beat a 6.
I got an 8.
Okay, you did it.
5.
5.
So 2 people took 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's a failure.
The 2 people who... Oh, this is not good.
But were there any bonuses that could be applied? What was like specialized terrain?
Well, yeah, if you have a walking stick or some classes have bonuses to journey checks.
Yes.
All right.
Like I know the minstrel does.
So you're basically in grasslands.
Grasslands?
So do you have a bonus in grasslands?
No, woods.
Do you have a walking stick of any
I do
type?
have a walking stick.
I maintain that the pole arm should count.
Yeah, I have
Seems
a walking
legit.
stick.
I mean, it should.
Yeah.
You do?
You
Yeah,
can use it like that.
Okay, good. You guys
Just don't trip on it.
don't hurt yourselves.
Okay.
Because it would have been current HP is halved.
So you need 6 to pass the journey check, right?
For today, yeah,
Because
the target number,
the terrain is wimpy.
and it's clear skies. But yeah, if it had been raining or if it had been worse, like woods or something, you would have been bad.
It would have been like Oregon Trail all over again.
Right.
Just everybody dying.
Literally, it was
From nothing.
painful listening to last episode. It was like, oh man, it feels like real travel. Like you actually, I mean, it makes sense that you would lose half your HP during a day walking.
Just exhaustion
Right.
and
Yeah.
like...
Just sitting here talking into a microphone for hours is exhausting.
Yeah, I know. Imagine walking. and-
Actually walking.
Yeah.
I already got half a headache. I'm ready. Let's do it. Babu's like, oh, I've got a headache. Oh,
Just crack open that herb bottle.
why does my head hurt so much? Although that is the kind of jars I got. They were the special herby jars.
Yes, you did get an herb bottle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So next step is the direction check, which is int, and it's the mappers, which is Jake, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. And somebody can help him if you...
Yeah, I'll help.
You can see the town, so... I mean,
Do we really need it?
you could, because like if you crest the hill and go down, you could see where it's at right now, but if you go down into like the grasslands, you could lose your way.
You said it's int?
Yes.
And that's the stat I boosted, so it's a 10.
Uh-huh.
And that's, I guess that's
For matcha.
Is that 11 or did it?
That's a 1. That's a 1.
That's a 0-1.
0-1. Yeah, out of D10s.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, no,
11.
that's 11.
Oh, it's 11 then.
I didn't see the other die.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, brother.
This isn't like, yeah, it's over here.
He rolled a 1
And a 0,
Oh, so it's
so that's 11.
It's 11, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't need help.
But did Brandon help is the question.
Did I help?
You asked me if you could help.
Did you
and I
roll
said,
higher than a
okay.
6?
No, I did not.
You did not. He did not help you.
You are the worst.
He asked me if
map
you
buddy
could help,
I've
and I
ever
said
met.
no. I'm just saying,
fine,
you know, that's
yeah.
like whatever.
So you're making your way towards Stormbrook. Nobody took any damage or anything because you used your polearm as a walking stick and everything's
Oh,
fine.
was that legit?
Yeah, I let you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. Great. GMing powers. And so the path, when you're standing up and you're looking, you can see where Stormbrook's at. You know which way to go. For the most part, it's pretty clear. Trees here and there. Sometimes it feels like it's a path. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, some of the grass is worn down. There is a small road. You're traveling for about 4.5, 5 hours or so. And Jake, can you make me a perception check?
What's
Dex
the
int.
perception? Dex int.
You have such shiny blue dice.
I know. I got them all from John.
Too shiny.
I got
14?
whatever that is.
6 and 8?
Yeah, 6 and 8,
Okay.
14.
Off to your left, you see something that kind of sparkles off the path.
Okay.
And it captures your eye.
Okay. I investigate.
Okay. You tell anybody else? Or does he just go off the path by himself?
I'd probably say, Bobby, I'm going to go check this out.
Okay.
So Bobby knows, because he's like the grandpa on the trip, so let him know.
Sure.
Oh, okay, Sonny. And
okay.
so, I mean, I'm not going to keep walking if he's just meandering off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave him.
Looks like they found some.
Stubby little legs.
I found something shiny. I'm going to go check it out. And I just dart off.
Okay, all right. I guess Jake found something. What is like? It's darting off. It's off the side of the road. Does it look? I mean, does it look like a bad spot to go in the grass?
What you can see around, like, so Jake goes and, like, kind of, like, darts off towards this area, and there.
Maybe I wobble. I don't know, one or the other.
You tell me how you walk over there.
He wobbles. Like, he doesn't, like, really move his arms. He just kind of moves back and forth, and one leg, like you know, whatever. He's having a good day, so it's like he's just
like,
walking
strutting.
funny. Yeah, he's just like having fun. He's just like, it looks really goofy though because of how he's built.
Like that. Like, it's like a hip, like, one hip goes
It's kind of like
forward,
watching
backwards.
something wobble back and forth, but their leg like goes all the way up and then over. or whatever.
Okay,
Like,
so you're walking like a cartoon character.
exactly. It's really goofy.
And what you see over there is he's like going off is like kind of like a big big boulders, just kind of like pushed around, and like the grass seems to it gets lower, shorter over there.
Does Jake see a squirrel or something?
Yeah, what do I find? And you said I saw something shiny and I perceived it.
Yeah, and so then you get closer and you can kind of hear like this little giggle,
A little giggle.
like,
Okay.
and you'll get into the clearing, and at the base of one of these little.
Do I smell something? Like anything living or whatever?
Sure, you can do
Would it
like
be
a
like-
sense. There's a thing for it called it's like some sort of like sense. Like you can sense nearby living things.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's int spirit.
Int spirit. I got a 11.
11. Yeah, you get the sense that there is something living here, and so when you're like looking around, you look down at the base of the boulder in the clearing area, and you see a bunch of like little small mushrooms, like 3 little mushrooms around the base.
Okay, like at the moment I sense that something's living, Jake like stops in this place and like immediately like X-ray shot into his brain, and his like gears are turning, and he's just like, maybe he's like, as curious as I am, maybe I should go back. So immediately just turns around and walks back to the group to inform everybody what he found, but like very nonchalantly, like whatever. I just found like this weird thing. There's something living down there. It's kind of distracting though. I think we should just keep moving forward.
Arthur's like, he probably just saw a squirrel. His dog racist.
Yeah, and I don't really describe him in full detail. I just tell him there's something
And worse
living
with
down
every
there.
adventure, Arthur becomes.
But yeah, I just
sure,
said there's something living down there, and I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
whatever. Like,
It's nature.
Yeah, so you start to like as you're walking back to be like, okay, guys, I don't know about this.
I'm not saying, I'm just like, there's something living down there. You know,
And so you're trying to walk away.
I was like, forget about it.
And you hear
Just
this
like,
go,
let's go.
No, wait, help us. Help us.
Uh-oh.
Why is it every time
Oh, hell no. I ain't doing this.
I didn't hear anything if you guys did.
No, sirree. Okay, yeah, Babu would probably do it.
Like it's like help us.
Am I
We need
even
your help?
am I even close enough to hear this?
Yeah, who hears this?
Does it sound more like a kid or more like a Keebler elf?
Great question.
Because that gives me two very different responses.
Same.
It sounds like a little child's voice.
Fuck.
And you guys all
But we'll go there. It's
Hear
like an
it.
old man with a child's voice.
lay behind the boulder and this shriveled up old man. Help us! Help me!
I'm just a child.
I got the
You're an
vapors.
old man.
Did you say I've got the famine?
I got the vapors.
Oh, the vapors. There we go.
Babies.
I thought you said the famine, and I was like, okay, all right, old man.
I got a bad case of the famine. So yeah, you guys hear, all of you hear this voice. And I'm talking like it's like 15 feet out. Jake's probably like 7 feet away from you guys now.
Yeah, and then Jake says, "That thing's lying. It was laughing when I went down there.
It was laughing?
Yeah, it was giggling. Like I don't see what the. Why would it be giggling? And then all of a sudden it's like, help me, I'm in misery. So fun to be miserable."
That sounds sinister.
Yeah, no, suspicious.
That's a bit much.
Yeah,
Unless they're just
they're so high and they need help.
they're just out of
They're
it.
too high.
They're too high and need help.
I have no idea what this thing is.
Well, me either.
So I guess we got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like giggling and stuff. So I
I'll
don't
be
know.
right behind you, my boy.
That's fine. I don't care. I'll go walk towards the rocks.
I will be. I'll be behind him.
Okay.
I'll have my little stick sword out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake will be kind of confused because, yeah, it sounded like it was having a good time, but why is it asking for help? So he just keeps his kind of distance, like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arthur would normally want to help someone out, but this one's just weird. So he just wants to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait back here.
Okay.
It sounds so weird. I gotta see it for myself, you guys.
I got my shank out.
Okay. So you guys walk into the clearing, all three of you, like kind of clustered together, or how are you doing this?
Take it out of my prison pocket.
As I said, I'm keeping my distance, maybe like 2 or 3 people behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Arthur's walking in front, and you're all three of you will get eventually into like this clearing of the rock. And as you're walking around, you start to feel your feet shift, and the ground will part, open up, and Arthur falls in
Oh God.
to a hole.
Is that what Arthur does? Fake screams.
He's already so far down there.
Yeah, I mean, I've already fallen down. I can't do anything.
And you guys are all watching him fall, like, just like slowly, and then it widens out further, and it takes Babu.
Yeah, Jake kind of backs up, like walks backwards slowly, but probably, I'm not sure
And
if
then
I'm
as you're walking backwards,
just fast enough so the hole doesn't keep up with me.
and so like you're kind of like backpedaling, but eventually you're not backpedaling far enough, and you also slide down into this.
Why? I was like 2 or 3 people behind. I would have seen it happen
Okay,
before he
fine.
even got close. He's just like, I'll just keep walking backwards and the hole keep opening up until eventually the whole world's eaten up by this hole. God.
Colleen walks directly into the hole.
I like to imagine just like army, like just like, all right.
Well, I guess this is what we're doing now.
Yeah. I guess after all I'm falling, I'll be like,
We have been
and I'll fall in the
We have
hole.
been successsuives sidetracked.
Great.
I'll fall in the hole too, I guess.
So Jake-
after watching everybody falling, I'm like, I guess I gotta fall in the hole too.
Gives
All right,
a big
so-
sigh.
Still got a couple days rations.
I've got a rope.
Maybe that's Jake's like, I don't know about this, but they seem like to think this is normal, so I guess this is normal. And he just jumps in head first.
Oh no, I don't think it's normal. I'm just like, this is where my team is, so these idiots I gotta follow.
Yeah.
all right.
I blame Arthur!
It was weird. I had to check it out.
All right, so Arthur, as you're starting to fall, it's like the earth is kind of just opening up underneath of you. So it's not like
weird.
you're falling, it's just like you're just sinking down into this area. And eventually it opens up and you will fall onto a hard surface. And you look up and, your friends are coming, Colleen very stoically, just like letting it happen. Babu going, I don't know how Babu would.
Babu's just riding the wave.
Yeah. And then eventually Jake is
This is
confused.
Jake's got kind of a confused, like a confused, concerned look. Like, okay, is this normal? This is what we're doing.
Okay. Yep. And you'll hit the ground first, and it's kind of dimly lit in here, and the ground is kind of like hexagonal stones in here. So you step out onto this hexagonal stone, and you can see that you're very, very high up. Like if you look over the side, like you walk maybe 4 stones out and look down the side, it's just pitch black.
Okay.
So I guess all of you will follow Arthur.
I have on me, I do have a lantern, so I'm going to turn that on.
Turn it on. Okay.
Yep.
Sure. And so you hold your lantern up, and all of you hear in your voice, look down here, please.
Look down, you're in my head. Where's
Just
down?
look down here. Be careful. Look down.
I cringe and I look down.
Yeah,
I'm like,
cover one eye and just.
And so what you guys see around your feet are these little mushrooms.
Oh god.
They're faintly glowing.
So happy.
Can I cook them?
They're very small and white, and they're growing on the stone that you're
I
standing
have
on.
a song for this.
What is your song for this?
It's a rainy mushroom hunt.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not raining, but it's a mushroom hunt.
Oh,
And I'm like,
mushroom dance.
visitors! Yes! Visitors! I was so happy to see you! And
Wait.
there's lots of them.
Are you a mushroom in my head?
I'm a mushroom on the ground.
How are you in my head?
Some kind of
I'm
like
just
psychic
talking
communication.
to you.
Can I? Yeah.
I'm really excited
So
when
when
I
I
talk
see-
to him.
When I see them, can I do my knowledge check? Okay. Are you gonna make me come up with a dumbass name?
No, I've already got a name for you.
Cool. That's a 16.
Okay. So these are Moondrop shrooms.
Yes.
That's the cutest name. Oh my god.
And they are sapient, so
Yeah,
they
of
can
course.
kind of walk around and stuff.
Gotcha.
Sentient.
Sentient? Are they sapient?
Sapient means they can move, right? What's sapient mean?
Like Homo sapiens, human.
Little monkey mushrooms.
I meant sentient. I wrote it completely wrong.
Sentient means they're like conscious and
Yeah.
stuff,
So-
and mobility is just something else.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
guess.
So Babu knows that these are Moondrop shrooms, and they're a type of sentient mushroom, and they're very small. When you look down at your feet, they're like, remember those mushrooms you saw at the top? That's the same. They're about like
Oh, okay.
maybe an inch and a half tall.
Okay.
And you rolled a 16.
Yeah.
Okay. They communicate telepathically, and they sometimes will trade with travelers, and they love hearing stories about things that they may never get to see or experience.
But they're not necessarily like malevolent. I don't know anything like. They're just kind of a thing.
You do know that they glow when they're happy and pleased. And right now they're kind of glowing. I mean, they're glowing right now.
I'm loving being here. I'm loving everything about this.
She's like, I made the right choice. Okay, so Babu, I guess, disseminates
Yes. Sorry.
information.
Yes, I will of course tell. Ah, little moondrops, are you?
Yeah. And you're from above.
Yes, you could say that.
Where are you going?
Where are we relative to sea level?
Still above, I think.
Okay, sure. How about?
Like, if you look up, you can deduce that you guys probably fell or slid down, or however you want to do it, gently fell maybe like 40-ish feet
Oh,
up.
that's not too bad then.
No, you're
Okay.
not super underground.
Is the light still open above us? Is the hatch?
You look up and you can see like it's like kind of reforming.
Ooh, interesting.
So it's starting to become dim again.
Daddy B don't like.
Daddy who?
Daddy B.
Oh, B for Babu. Okay.
Little mushrooms, did you bring us down here? How did we get here?
Well, maybe.
So that's
We
a yes.
heard you. And it's always so nice to meet new people, don't you think?
Normally, yes.
So Jake's like, you heard us. So how many herbs do you guys take in a day?
How many what?
Painkillers.
Oh, yeah. What's a painkiller?
The name pretty much is self-explanatory.
What's pain?
I was about to say they don't know what pain is.
I look at my boot and make sure I didn't step on any.
Yeah, are they within stepping range?
That's why they told you to look down here. So, like,
So
when
to
you
be
guys
careful.
first landed,
Yeah.
they...
It's like a little.
Yeah,
clearing.
that's what... Like, look down here. Yeah. So now they're kind of around your feet.
Oh, they can move around too?
No, they're not moving
Okay.
too... Like, they can move, but not fast like you guys can move. It's like a fungus growth, like growth. If they wanted to move out of the way, it would probably take time to move out of the way.
Okay, can I poke one in the head? Very gently. No, not painfully.
And then Jake points and goes, that's pain.
That makes so much... I didn't know there was a word for it.
Yeah, it's like taking a pill and it stops the feeling of getting poked at. I had
Like
something.
a little mind.
The thing I meant to say was not what came out.
It worked.
No, it's great.
I took it. Yeah. So, are you gonna let us go ever?
Well, it depends.
Oh, that's never fun.
We'll help you find your way back out, but we want to hear some stories.
Side question: where's the donkeys? Did they come down with us?
Oh,
Yes. No, they're probably out on the
Aw.
road.
it is a smart donkey though, so maybe it'll
up.
come save
We have
us.
two. We have a dumb donkey and a smart donkey.
So the smart donkey is not with us.
Smart donkey was like, "Oh no, please no."
You can tell me if you want your donkeys with you or not. What would have made sense with the group? Would you have left them tied to a tree or something?
Colleen takes care of them.
Yeah.
That's up to you. What do you think Colleen would have done?
She probably wouldn't have thought about it.
Yeah.
Although I think we're onto something with the smart one staying behind and
Yeah,
maybe the dumb one following.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Ren is up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tied to a tree probably, and you've got.
She tied herself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm alone right now.
I'm staying the
I
fuck
need to
here.
be tethered.
Yeah.
And throws the rope around the tree and it ties into a perfect knot. And then you have Crispin who's like, freaking out.
That's the noise he makes constantly.
To go back to mushrooms, we'll show you a way out of here if you tell us a story. We like stories.
Have you ever heard of Bluefield?
What's Bluefield?
It's like a gathering of people living in wooden houses.
I love how Brandon's eyes close and squint.
It's like, okay, how much do these mushrooms know? How much do I need to dumb down my
How many
language?
stories have they heard?
Story. Well,
It's a story about a mayor.
we've heard lots of stories from people. Whenever anybody comes by, we usually get a story.
What's your favorite so far?
God damn it. Fuck you, Kristen.
How the tables have turned.
I have to take my
We like
sweater
the
off.
story about how the mushrooms would never let people leave.
I was just going to say, is there a pile of bones somewhere?
We like the story we heard about the sky, and there was a dark sky, and there was a bright rock that came down to Earth. Because this is where we live in, it's Earth. They're like in your head, you can feel mental thumbs up as it's telling the story.
Like Earth, what a dumb name for a planet.
Oh, wait. Came down to, No. Let's say that. They came down onto Loam, and a brave man found that stone, and he turned it into a great sword.
My ears perk up.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, a sword.
And it was shiny, and he went across the land, and he helped a lot of people.
Is this like an actual story? Is this like the bare bones of a story I've heard before?
Yeah, that's
You
a
tell
good
me.
thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
This is like the first king of... What continent are we on?
Loam.
Oh, I thought the world was called... okay. Gotcha. The continent of Loam, then.
Yes.
Yeah, he... I can't think of a whole lot about him, but he's totally a person.
Okay. This is about the first king of Loam. That's our favorite story right now. Maybe you guys have our new favorite story.
Colleen, could I borrow that book?
Sure. And I hand it to him.
And I'll take it and I'll put it down like on the ground where the little guys can see.
Okay. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Have you, my little friends, heard the story of the 4 dragons that created our world?
no. As they collectively look through their brains.
Like the Shutterstock sound.
Yes. Nothing.
This is a story older than I am. Oh, I learned it from my father, who learned it from his father, who learned it from something.
His mother.
His mother. Our world used to be dark and empty of life. This was many, many, many years ago. The 4 dragons were born in this darkness, and they were alone. Well, they only had each other, and it made them sad. Each one was a great beast of magnificent power, but they still wanted to bring other people into the world. They wanted things to talk to, people to make interesting things happen around them. Together, they realized that on their own, they couldn't create life, but if they combined each other's powers, that was how beings could come into play. The dragon of summer, of the heat, combined with the dragon of winter, of the cold, could form together and use their abilities to make whole new races of beings. And even other dragons, although lesser, they were there. And as they created more and more creatures of the world, they needed somewhere to keep everything. And so all 4 dragons worked together to create our planet that we live on now. And then they populated it with the peoples. How many peoples do you think there are to start off with? Doesn't matter.
Rome?
Yeah.
I want to say that there was probably 4 factions of people.
Yeah.
Maybe that it was their job to make sure the 4 dragons maintain their balance, essentially.
Something like that. And they created the 4 peoples who live on our world, the 4 tribes. Over time, the dragons grew and learned, and they became prideful of the way they are. They knew that they were better than everything they had ever created, and they were not afraid to destroy things they had created if they didn't like it. Over time, some of the dragon's creations realized they didn't want to be under the control of the 4 great dragons. They wanted to live their own lives, not just for the entertainment of these dragons. And so some of the greatest scholars and kings and wizards of the whole of Loam and the whole world at large banded together to trap the dragons with each other. The only thing that can beat a dragon is another dragon, as far as they could tell. So they tricked them into always chasing each other's tails, keeping the world turning, and keeping themselves occupied. Yeah,
That's it?
that's good enough. Yeah.
That's very good. And so all these little mushrooms just start to glow really, really brightly.
Cool.
Wow. That's amazing.
What's a dragon?
No, they know what dragons are.
Everybody knows what dragons are.
Yeah. Wow. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to tell a story, or are we good?
Arthur has nothing.
Arthur's just weirded out.
Arthur just wants to know where this sword is.
I have another story if you want to hear it.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, I'm like, they're just like starting to like blink and
This wasn't very long ago, so it hasn't quite become legend, but it's a story important to my people. In the middle of the summer, there was this huge battle between 2 different factions that disagreed over how to handle magic items, and a lot of them died. And so when you travel the plains in the middle of the summer, especially when it's hottest, and you don't want to travel during the day, you can't travel during the night either, because the ghosts of these creatures walk the plains and they want you to fight with them. And if you don't fight, then they kill you. So you have to stay put. You can't travel at all during the summer.
That sounds sad and scary.
It is.
Ooh, good thing we can't leave, I guess. Like, kind of sad, but also like good that they're not being able to leave. Yeah.
You can't?
Is that okay? That's,
You can't leave?
no, we can't leave.
Why?
This is where we belong. Down here.
You don't want to come and...
Do you like it here?
We do. We get visitors.
We obtain visitors.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's cool. It's safe. Not a lot of people eat us down here. And they had finger guns.
I was going to see if there was one, like, rebel Moondrop who wanted to, like, hitch a ride, but I guess not. That's cool.
Well, I mean, one is talking, but, like, you just hear voices
Are
in
they
your
a hive
head.
mind?
Yeah, it sounds more like a Legion kind of thing.
It's more like a Legion kind of thing.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not weird. It makes sense. It's just like...
They're a colony.
Yeah. They're all clones. Brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jake seems to be smiling really hard.
I know.
You're trying to think of how to cook
What,
them?
yeah, what do they taste like?
No, I'm thinking about the story.
Probably.
Yeah. See.
they're getting pretty bright. Like
Jake goes, I guess I could tell you a story.
ooh, in your head.
Long, long ago, in a land far away, there was a knight. And this knight was not the leader of the army, but he was friends with the leaders of the army. And he was the friends of these people in the army, and he was a part of a small group with his friends. And he was a very powerful knight, but he needed direction. He was young. He was foolish. But he was full of hope and courage, and he wanted to fight the Dark Knight who reigns supreme across the land.
Is he telling this in the pug language?
No, he's just really articulate when he's telling stories.
Or when he's doing his diary.
He's doing his
Dearest diary.
As they traveled, they found that the evil knight they were looking for was on the moon. So they had to travel to the moon via a magical falcon. A white falcon?
What?
This magical falcon took them to the moon where they confronted this dark knight. The battle was long and treacherous. The friends had to split up in order to survive. They each had their own missions, each hanging on to hope that they could win their freedom from this evil empire.
Did they ever?
The young knight, the one that I spoke of earlier, he arrived on the moon and confronted this evil knight, and the battle was long and hard. And as he was about to strike the final blow, the Dark Knight said, "Stop, I am your father." Dun, dun, dun. And that's it. Credits. This is to be continued.
Oh, you'll come back?
I'll come back sometime and probably tell you the rest of the story.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Sure.
Sure, I'll come back.
A magical falcon goes to the moon.
Yeah. It's pretty good. And they glow brighter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Arthur's looking pretty nervous. You know, the talk of visitors coming down, and he doesn't really know if they go back up or not. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna make sure, like, he's gonna say something, say a story that means a lot to him that he doesn't really tell to a lot of people.
Because you think you're never gonna come back out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Arthur doesn't trust these guys.
Okay.
They're cute, but they're sinister.
That's how they get you.
They can control the earth, apparently.
They are earthbenders. That does make...
Oh, yeah.
And they're also speaking into our minds. Arthur goes, "This one's not a story of my people, it's a story of my family. The very first of us was Bad Man. He came to Loam, and he sought the eldest dragon of this land, and he fought all who got in his way. And when he finally confronted the dragon, he demanded treasure. He heard of a fabled dragon's hoard, and he wanted it. The dragon was mischievous, and he granted the man his wish, more gold than he can ever spend. But in payment, the man had to give up the light that's inside all of us. So even though my family has riches, we can't glow inside like you little guys can. Magic's forbidden for us. So we do all we can for this world to try to get that light back."
And they go, "Wow, so noble. So bad, but then so noble. But so bad. So you're trying not to be a bad man anymore?"
We try. We got a lot to make up for.
That's a good story. Those were all great stories. So where are you guys going?
We're trying to go to Stormbrook. We tried.
Well, we can help. It's in the above ground.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we can show you the way out.
But
No, there's no but. We can show you the way out. The only problem is part of the way out is there's some bad things.
Bad thing.
That sounds like that should have been a butt.
Yeah.
Well, no, we'll help you. We'll help you. The bad things don't like light. And so we'll show you the path through here. In like those hexagonal stones, there's mushrooms that are growing along the outside of some of them. And and then the path starts to light up where it's kind of like covering two sides of the stone essentially. And so you see all these little mushrooms start to glow, and you can see going out into the darkness, basically a path going forward into the darkness. It looks scary, but if you follow our path, you'll be fine. The bad things don't like lights, and it's you can see the flash of your lantern.
Can you tell us anything else about these bad things? How many legs do they have?
They don't have any legs.
No legs?
They have no legs.
Do they have fangs?
Is it the smoke monster?
They
find
don't
it-
have fangs.
I find it hard to believe that these things are talking to us with telepathy, because it's not like they're describing it with words or describing it with their thoughts, so the leaks can put a mental image of what they're talking about into our mind.
Okay.
Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they don't want to think about it that hard.
Maybe they're afraid.
Have you tried talking
Maybe if
to
they-
the
Is that why they
bad
want
things-
stories so they can turn on their own
Maybe if
lights?
they think about
Keep the
it,
bad things away?
maybe if they
Whoa.
think about it, it draws it towards them.
No. We haven't really seen them, but we know they're there. They live up in the darkness.
Cloakers. I knew it. Cloakers are D&D monsters that look like cloaks, but are actually like giant manta rays that hang on top of like caves.
Oh, cool.
And they'll jump down and grapple you and suck the life out of you.
Good thing this isn't D&D.
And then they also look like capes. So like if you pick up your cape and it starts moving, it's a cloaker.
That sounds like one of those shitty things GMs would do.
Yeah.
It's like a mimic. I love mimics,
rust
but it's like a
monster.
mimic.
Anyway, there's a lantern in my backpack, so I'm going to go ahead and fire that up.
Oh, they don't like light.
Oh, they don't?
No.
So
Yeah. We want them to stay away.
like do they
Yeah.
like what does that mean? Does that mean they'll run away or like
They'll attack like
They don't like light. They will take the light away.
Oh.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant they would run away safely.
Right.
Oh.
They don't. Sorry. My turn to tell you a story.
Okay, thanks.
They don't like light. They will guide the light and they will take the light away.
Good story.
All right. Well, I guess I'll douse this.
So, do they like attack you guys? Because you guys glow and you're like,
We can lead you right up to where they live, but we don't go in there.
Oh, okay.
Is
That's,
there like
so-
another path we can just go up the earth?
And they'll stop and you can't. Well, they have little faces on their little bodies, so they start to think. What are you? Another path. That's just the fast path. We could take you another way if you want. It might take a little longer.
How much longer?
Well,
You probably don't know anything about days, do you?
what is time?
Yeah.
they know about sleeping and they know about waking up, but that's about it.
The path where the bad things are, the light haters, is closest exit. There's a farther exit if you want to go that way.
Well, we probably don't have much food on us right now. I only have one ration, one water.
we do have Crispin with us.
If the dumb one came with us, then we have
Oh, okay.
2 days of rations.
I say we take the fast way. We're not wimps.
Yeah, we fought.
We
Yeah.
fought
We
eggs.
fought a bear.
Yeah, that is true.
I stabbed a bear's eyes out. Just kidding. I didn't.
All right. So, yeah, any other information you have on these cloakers or whatever?
They're slimy.
Slimy. Okay. That's good information.
Put on my rain boots.
Are they scaly? I'm going to play monster charades.
20 questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do? Did you talk to this mushrooms anymore?
I mean, I'll still talk to these mushrooms. They're pretty cool guys. Yeah, but I'm still
As you guys are walking down the path, yeah, you can talk to the mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm still dousing the lantern
Okay.
because they have it lit up enough. We're good.
Like the light in here is enough that you can see like all the stones and everything that you're walking this path. And
I have
like,
magic eyes.
oh yes, you do have elf eyes.
Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Shapeshift is a member of the Geekspective Network. If you've been enjoying the show, please consider leaving a rating or review on iTunes or whatever other podcast apps allow that sort of deal. It really helps me out, and so does sharing the show with others. Also, you can now find my show on Spotify and also on YouTube. Another way to help my show out is to become a patron at patreon.com/Geekspective. You can find me on Twitter at Rocket Orca and also at ShapeshiftCast, where I post show updates and news. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in 2 weeks.